guys, welcome back to another video. Today is another installment of Weird Wisconsin, where I talk about weird Wisconsin stories, whether it be shipwrecks, towns that disappear, and today I'm going to be talking about a series of weird noises that was heard in one specific town in Wisconsin for 4 days straight and then just stopped. Let's get into it. March of 2012, the town of Clintonville, Wisconsin, was experiencing something peculiar. The sounds variously described as rattling pipes, clanging metal, thunder, or firecrackers was heard in only a part of Clintonville, which has a population of 4,600 people, or at the time it did. Accompanying these sounds were vibrations that people said they could feel in their homes and in themselves. Some of them even said they could feel the ground rolling beneath them, which is so just awesome. In the early morning hours of Monday, March 19th, the reports of these noises started coming in.
An early morning wake-up call for people in Waupaca County town of Clintonville. Many rattled from their sleep around 5 a.m. this morning, and some of them even calling 911.
We have some weird thing going on, and our whole house is shaking.
The baffling phenomenon did not cause any known injuries. A lot of officials say no damage was caused, but a few of the townsfolk say that they had cracks in their walls, ceilings, basements, that damage was being caused.
Man, it's shaking the whole house. Like somebody's banging with like cardboard, or I don't know what the heck actually it would be, to tell you the truth.
Okay, like fireworks or not? Could it be that?
It's something like that, maybe. I don't know.
Now, these noises and vibrations scared people for obvious reasons, and also annoyed the shit out of them. They're trying to sleep, and there's creepy metal clanging sounds. Workers peered into manhole covers and checked natural gas lines to see if something really bad was happening, but didn't see any evidence of damage or a leak. City officials said they checked every possible human cause to this sound. They checked the water, they checked sewer, they checked gas lines, they contacted military to see if maybe they were doing a test in the area. They checked mining to see if maybe they were mining. And, might be blowing up rocks or using machinery that could be quite loud. They checked a dam near City Hall because, if the dam is deciding it's going to give way, it might make some weird sounds. However, the dam was not the cause. They even checked the landfill to see if the gas building up from the waste was spontaneously exploding, but that wasn't the cause either. At the time, the Geological Survey said there was no earthquakes in the area, no seismic activity, so the fact that the sound was happening was baffling. No one knew what was doing it. Rattled citizens, obviously, because 1, they're being woken up by these creepy sounds. 2, there's vibrations and shaking, damages coming, happening to their homes. And 3, they don't know what's doing it. So that's just creepy on its own. Why are there creepy sounds in the middle of the night? We don't know. Oh, great, thanks. Here is a video of this sound that I found online, just so you get the feel of what they were experiencing. One theory was that gas was explosively escaping through rock formations. Another could be a rock burst, which happens with mining. When you're mining, you uncover rocks that haven't seen the light of day in a very long time, and doing this can relieve stress and pressure and cause loud sounds. It could be meteorites, could be a phenomenon known as booming sands, or even distant thunder that can travel great distances during certain atmospheric moments. It could also have been an ice quake or a seism. This type of quake is basically when things get cold, there's a weather change, a very drastic weather change, and it gets really cold very quickly. So basically the water in the ground freezes, and this can cause a drastic expansion of water, which can cause creepy sounds. However, this is known with freezing rather than thawing, and really is only known to happen when there's like a drastic like weather change. And there was a drastic change in the area, but it was weeks prior, and it was from cold to warm, not the other way around. So it's highly unlikely that it was ice freezing that was causing this sound to happen. Townsfolk had their own joking theories that it might be gremlins, mole people planning their attack, alien technology, or just an alien invasion in general. Obviously, none of these people actually truly believed that's what was happening, but when you don't have an explanation, you start coming up with some theories. Within a few days of this event, they actually solved the cause of the sound. The city announced that it would be spending $7,000 on an engineering firm from Waukesha, Wisconsin, to put in 4 seismometers in the area to determine like where the sound was coming from, how low in the ground it was happening, like what was happening. The cause was determined to be a swarm of minor earthquakes that were amplified by the bedrock of Wisconsin. U.S. Geological Survey said that a 1.5 earthquake had happened in the area within these 4 days. And because of the unique rock under Wisconsin, people could feel it. Now, in other parts of the country, you would not feel a 1.5. It's so, like, small that you wouldn't even feel anything. But they said that because of the natural, like, just like what Wisconsin is sitting on, you feel it more. And every earthquake comes, or even seismic activity of any kind, comes with sounds, you know, that could be determined as these. But with the bigger ones, it's harder to hear them because obviously there's more shit going on. Geophysicist Paul Caruso said, "When seismic waves travel through the ground, they're moving faster than the speed of sound, and when they hit the surface, it rattles the ground like a speaker, so it's common for people to hear what they describe as sonic boom sounds accompanying earthquakes. But usually when there's a big earthquake, people either don't hear the sounds because the frequency is lower than the threshold of what humans can hear, or other sounds going on like things falling down." However, that same expert who gave that explanation said that he highly doubted that this was what the cause of the sound was, because he said that it was such a small earthquake that the sounds people were hearing he didn't think would be associated with such a small one, but he said it was possible. A different expert, Steve Dutch, a geologist at the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay, said that a 1.5 magnitude earthquake was the equivalent of 100 pounds of explosives. And it was possible that it could produce the sounds that people were hearing. But he was reluctant to describe the event as an earthquake, saying the term is usually used when there's widespread stress in the Earth's crust, and that wasn't happening here. Wisconsin is not on a fault line like California is. I wouldn't say it's on the center of a plate, but it's not on an edge. There's a chance we'll feel an earthquake, but it's not going to be like causing shit to fall off shelves. The problem with it is that they don't know exactly where it originated. A lot of the experts said that it was like 4 miles beneath the ground, but I don't know if they know that for certain. Maybe the sounds were caused by water underneath the ground moving. It's granite, there could be cracks between it and it's traveling. It could be thermal expansion of pipes that are underneath the ground. Steve did say that an event like this could cause these sounds, but he was also, adamant that he didn't, I wouldn't know if adamant's the right word. He was also convinced that these sounds were not caused by this 1.5 earthquake. Neither expert believed that the sounds would have come from an earthquake this small. However, the town officials went with it and went, "It's solved, we're all good, this is what did it." But even the experts were like, "It's possible, but I don't know." So technically, this event is solved. The sounds were caused by minor, quakes caused by this 1.5 quake. But then they're like, well, they don't actually know. So, it's quite possible that this minor earthquake and the quakes that came from it caused these sounds. It's possible it was groundwater. It's possible it was thermal expansion of pipes. It's possible it was, this or that or whatever it may be, but they don't actually have a for sure answer. They took the 1.5 earthquake and decided that that was going to be their cure-all, and that's what happened. However, a lot of townsfolk didn't really believe it. A lot of people had a hard time believing it because Wisconsin doesn't really experience earthquakes, so the fact that a quake could happen, one in Wisconsin, but two, cause this much weird noise, was a lot of people didn't believe it. So, I don't know what really happened. Most likely, it was that 1.5, but the two experts said it was possible that the sounds came from it, but neither one were, confident that that's what the sound was caused by. So I don't know. I also don't know if these sounds have continued. A few people, when they originally were happening, said they had heard these sounds before. Weeks, months, before. So I don't know. Now, the earthquake would be an easy explanation. Be like, all right, cool, that was solved. But it doesn't seem like they actually know if that's what did it. So it's also possible that that's not solved, and they don't know why it's doing it. So that's really awesome. So this case of weird booming sounds over Clintonville, Wisconsin is technically solved. Technically? What do you think caused the sounds? Was it the 1.5 earthquake? Was it groundwater? Was it thermal expansion of pipes? Was it a mixture of a bunch of other things? Maybe the military was doing something and they didn't tell them. Maybe there was something mining and they weren't telling them. Maybe it was natural gas. Maybe it was this. Maybe it was that. However, they ruled out every human cause of this event, or at least they say they did. So, who knows? All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I'll be back again next week with another one. See you later. Whoosh.